the run-up to America's 250th birthday, a nationwide poll found 87% of Republicans, but only 35% of Democrats were grateful or proud to be American. Not too long ago, both parties loved their country, but disagreed on how to make it better. The problem is the Liberal Party today is not your grandfather's Democratic Party. Back then, it was the party of conservative immigrants looking for a shot at the American dream. But this drastically changed in the 1980s when it became the abortion party. It further devolved into a coalition of corporate wokeism, bitter minorities, unhinged single women demanding abortion, and an alphabet soup alliance imposing social acceptance of perverted lifestyles. And now we can add one more group to this so-called big tent: socialists. What unifies this unholy alliance? The common thread seems to be hatred, a hatred of self projected outward as hatred for Christian values, which is, indirectly but ultimately, a hatred for Christ. And since he was Jewish and fulfilled the Old Testament law, the hatred extends to Jews. The Republican Party is also imperfect in a variety of its own ways. This is inevitable because since citizens of a democratic republic in a fallen world will never be governed by people more ethical than themselves. In other words, to be elected, candidates must resemble the culture to a certain extent. In today's America, this includes post-Christian values. No one realized this more than the current presidents. It was no surprise that after successfully taking down Roe v. Wade in his first term, Donald Trump removed the pro-life plank from the Republican Party before his second term. In our culture of death, where angry feminists were still fuming over Roe being overturned, Trump strategically downplayed the pro-life agenda, which may have saved the nation from a President Kamala. So while the Republican Party is a mixed bag that has at least temporarily lost its integrity due to compromising on the issue of innocent human life, it's difficult to deny that the Democratic Party is evil to the core. Only God knows if the U.S. will exist 250 years from today. But it's evident that a return to moral sanity and justice won't occur through a political process. A religious and cultural revival is necessary to save democracy and many souls in the process. As Venerable Fulton Sheen once said, "The Declaration of Independence is a declaration of dependence, for we are independent of dictators because we are dependent on God." On that bit of wisdom, there's your Murano Minute. Be well.